Hi everyone, I'm Steve here with Jesse Townsend, and as you know, we're here for some of Jesse's tips. And Jesse is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Reno, Nevada. So one of the things that he does, and so if you guys want to go say hi to him, that'd be great. Or you can check out Parkway Athletic Club online. It's in Reno. So thanks for being with us, Jesse.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's talk about oxygen. Oxygen is obviously very important. Oxygen will fight a lot of diseases. Maximizing it is a huge benefit. Let's talk about your opinion on that. VO2 max. What is it? How do we increase it? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this is one really important, and I think often overlooked. I don't hear a lot of professionals in the health and fitness industry talking about VO2 max. I'm around trainers all day. I'm around my teams at different health clubs. I've been doing this for coming up on a couple of decades here. So pretty much my entire adult life, have a good amount of education and then of course time and experience. And, I hear about all the trends and I hear about all the stuff that, again, gets, more popular than other things and what people are doing. And I'm pretty savvy and stay with all that. And this is something that is, like I said, I think for the most part overlooked. And in fact, when I talk to people about it, clients in that group that are considered that, they don't really have an understanding when I start bringing it up of what it is. Of course, some people have had maybe this VO2 max test done, and we'll talk about what that is after I explain kind of why VO2 max is important and why it should be, a focus in an exercise and health program and for all levels of people that are doing this workout stuff. So basically, VO2 max is a measure of the maximum amount of oxygen, that the body can utilize during exercise. So, there's other names. Peak oxygen uptake is another one. There's tests that measure VO2 max, and they're considered, these tests are like gold standard for measuring cardiovascular fitness. So that's where you can get, again, some doctors that are more savvy and or if there's cardiovascular issues or it's a focus sometimes. Unfortunately, that's mostly doctors are focusing on issues some of the times and not being proactive as maybe they want to be. But again, it's definitely something that can be measured. So basically, aerobic sports, have high VO2 maxes, right? So your body needs, more oxygen, obviously, to perform aerobic, exercises or sports at a pretty high level, depending on how hard, of course, you're pushing your cardiovascular system. But it's not the only factor. There's other factors like lactate and muscular endurance that play roles in maximizing performance. But again, so increasing of this VO2 max, some of the benefits, right? So increased lifespan, better quality of life, the stuff that we're going to continue to talk about day in and day out as we share information like this. Reducing stroke risk, reduce risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, improve mood, better sleep. A lot of the stuff that I think people can chalk up as something that could be better or improved in their life. And again, it's something that you can do. So to improve VO2 max, a couple of ways. So increase the amount of blood your heart can pump, and you do that by increasing how much oxygen the muscles can take up. So basically, you can train your VO2 max efficiently by working at high intensities. That's one of the ways. So, definitely training around, the 90 to 95% of your maximum heart rate is where you achieve this VO2 max increase the most in that area. Can be achieved still by doing, again, higher cardiovascular, max exercises. Interval training is a good way to increase this VO2 max. So, whether you're outside or in a gym, if you're doing cardio aspect of your program, getting into that flow where you're doing, again, 95% of your max output for the cardio exercise you're doing, and doing that for a short burst of time, 30 seconds, a minute, kind of what your body can handle, and letting your heart rate come down after you do that time period, let it settle back into more like that 65, maybe 70%, percent of its max. And then again, increasing it back up. And this would be the interval training is a simple way to step into this increase of VO2 max. But again, this is going to increase strength. It's going to increase all the other things that I mentioned. And a lot of people on strength training programs, they're not thinking about this, but so your muscles, they're only going to be able to respond, and in a big way, it's sometimes when they're stressed or you're pushing them to how much oxygen, they can use or take up, right? So this is something that for all you power lifters or strength training people that are out there, or anybody that just wants to, again, look good and get stronger, something that needs to be a part of the program that you focus on a little bit more.
That's great. And, I'm glad you brought up that point because oxygen is huge. I go to the clinic and they put this little thing on your finger and it measures your oxygen. The higher, the better.
Yeah.
Well, by exercising and doing some of these things that you've suggested, we can increase the amount of oxygen that our body is always using. So, Jesse, thanks for that tip. Jesse Townsend, Parkway Athletic Club in Reno, Nevada. Thanks for being with us, Jesse.